tropical downpours this afternoon.
Oh, well, all right.
Yeah,
Break out the little
Doug likes
umbrella.
Oh my goodness.
The drink umbrella.
Yes, thank
Let's
you.
do both.
Unfortunately, this is the type of rain that could lead to serious problems and cause some flooding. So we are watching that potential. 2 to over 3 inches of rain. I mean, we're in a drought, so you're thinking rain is good. But when you get this much rain to fall this quickly, it can obviously lead to problems. And notice where the axis of heaviest rain may set up, right through the central part of the state. So out through Worcester County, there may be spots that come in closer to 4 inches of rain. So there is a flood watch up for that reason. The ground is partially frozen right now, so a lot of that water is going to run off and not totally get absorbed into the ground. And so we could have some street flooding. If you have a basement that typically floods, it's something you want to keep an eye on today. We're also concerned with the wind. It is going to gust over 50 and 60 miles per hour coming from the south, and that southerly wind is bringing in the warm air. And so that's why I kind of say some of these tropical downpours later on today. But we've got a high wind warning here in easternmost Massachusetts for gusts to 60 miles per hour. Wind advisory farther inland for those gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Inland right now, you can see out through the Worcester Hills and up into the Merrimack Valley. A little bit of this purple color showing up, indicating the potential for some icing out there right now. Notice the cold is still hanging tough this morning. Lawrence 34, Bedford 33, 32 in Jaffrey. This cold will be scoured out as that wind continues to pick up from the south. It's already in the 50s down along the south coast, and that milder air is going to overtake everybody as we get deeper into the morning. You can see one batch of rain that has come through this morning, a little low over Rhode Island right now, but you widen out the view. You see more heavy rain south of Long Island. There's been some thunder and lightning in this. All of this is lifting up in our direction. In fact, all the way down toward Florida, there is more rain, and it is getting focused along this front, and it is going to funnel right into our area through the day. So we've got rain heavy at times here. You need your rain gear today. Temperatures jump up into the low 50s by late morning, and we're in the 60s this afternoon, so it is turning much milder. You can see how that rain fills back in here during the morning commute. By noontime, some of us catching a break, but still elements of heavier rain, and temperatures nudging towards 60. The wind is really starting to climb this afternoon, and it will be strongest as we get toward late in the day as this line comes through. These downpours in this line may allow for some thunderstorms to cross during the evening commute from west to east. Worcester around 4, getting into Boston around 6 p.m. And then rain continues through about midnight before it all shifts offshore with the front and the winds shift around to the west. So the rain will taper late tonight. It will be windy, about 35 to 40 overnight. First we get those gusts up from the south over 50, and then tomorrow still gusting 20 to 30, but from the west. So a blustery feel. We'll get back some sunshine. It is a cooler day tomorrow. We're talking about highs in the 30s and low 40s. That's it. And then we're going to keep those temperatures even cooler as the winds slowly settle into Saturday. Then temperatures start to moderate. A few more clouds on Sunday. Saturday is your brighter weekend day. And then look, we're back to around 50 by Tuesday. Could get back into some rain here on Monday. So the rain is the big story today. That evening drive, really going to be trouble.
Especially, I mean, it's dark out there. We get a lot of pooling, ponding on the roadways. So
good Wednesday to you. A soaking wet day, windswept, heavy rain, particularly late this afternoon into this evening when we could actually get some thunderstorms. We are talking about a widespread 2 to 3 inches of rain. Localized spots could get closer to 4. There is a flood watch up for that reason. And the winds, they are going to gust 50 to 60 miles per hour late day into this evening. We've got a high wind warning for a lot of easternmost Massachusetts. So prepare yourself for a wet one today. Temperatures soar into the 60s. Front crosses the area tonight. The rain shuts off. The winds settle down. It is blustery and colder tomorrow, only in the upper 30s and low 40s. And a good Wednesday to you. It is going to be a soaking wet Wednesday. Windy too. Look at these rain totals. Upwards of 2 to 3 inches of rain, could get closer to 4 in parts of Worcester County where we do have a flood watch. And this flood watch goes all the way up into northern New England where we're going to be watching some snow melt as well. Otherwise, that rain on partially frozen ground, a lot of it's going to run off. So we'll watch for street flooding. Could be some basement flooding as well. And the winds, they're going to pick up throughout the day, gusting 50 to 60 60 miles per hour out of the south, bringing in some much warmer temperatures. We've got that high wind warning up through 1 a.m. here in easternmost Massachusetts. It's a wind advisory once you go west of 495 for gusts to 50 miles per hour. And just west of 495 this morning up into southern New Hampshire, the Merrimack Valley. Notice the pink color showing up. Temperatures still running near freezing with a touch of icing this morning, but the elements of heavy rain lifting up from the south, they are going to come with that warmer air, and the temperatures should climb everywhere today. You can see the elements of rain, even some thunder down toward the mid-Atlantic states. All of this rain is focusing along a frontal boundary, and until this front shifts east of us, we are in the rain throughout the day. That is not going to happen till around midnight. So the rain's going to shut off after midnight, and then once it does so on the other side of this front, it's colder. In fact, temperatures in the teens in Minneapolis this morning, and that's the air mass that's coming our way for the end of the week. So we're warming up with that southerly wind today. I mean, look at this. By midday, it's pushing 60 degrees, but you can see rain at times right on into the evening. And I think the heaviest rain may unfortunately coincide with the evening commute in the Boston area. So we've got one slug of heavier rain coming through this morning. That is lifting north of the Pike through midday. And then there's a bit of a lull till we get into the next round of rain. And that is going to come around 4 o'clock this afternoon, first out through Worcester. And you can see this kind of line setting up. Within this line, there will certainly be downpours. There could even be some thunder and lightning with this. We will watch this cross right into the Boston area during the evening commute. So Metro West, 495, 93, all of this going to be dealing with heavy rain, maybe some thunder. And this is shifting eastward by 6 o'clock this evening. And then we'll look at heavy rain continuing through about midnight near the coast before it all shifts out, and we'll dry things out by tomorrow morning. Look at these wind gusts, 7, 8 o'clock tonight when those heavy bands of rain are coming through. That's when we could see those peak gusts of 50 to close to 60 miles per hour. And then as we go into tomorrow morning, there's still some wind. It's shifting around to the west, and it will gust 20 to 30 miles per hour throughout the day. So the rain early tonight tapers after midnight. It is windy tonight. We drop to about 35 to 40, and tomorrow is a brighter day, sun and clouds, but it is blustery and it is cooler. That wind out of the west about 10 to 15, gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour. We're not getting out of the mid 30s out through the Worcester Hills with low 40s in Boston tomorrow. So colder air story here through the end of the week. The winds will start to settle as we go from Friday into Saturday, but with some wind on Friday morning and temperatures in the 20s, it's going to feel like the single digits and teens. So get ready for a blast of colder air as we dry things out toward the end of the week. Temperatures moderate on Sunday, could be back into some wet weather with the chance of rain returning